Hey everyone, this is Diabetes with Diabetes Hookah Review. Today we will be reviewing two shisha flavors. One is Trifecta Nawar, and the second, I'm saying that completely wrong, Nawar, who knows. And then also Pure Tobacco FML. I chose to blend the two together because I feel like the trifecta is way too strong alone. I personally love smoking rose shisha. However, trifecta did a great job on this, however it's way too strong for me. Technically it's rose, jasmine, and lavender. But rose is definitely the main flavor here. So I did about a 25% mint and about a 75%, maybe a little bit less here on the rose. Alright, and let's get the first puff going. So right now I'm using a 80 feet bowl. Previously I did a little short clip of myself packing the bowl, and originally I did have tinfoil on top. However, when I placed my heat management system on it, it did not have a good draw whatsoever, so I did take off the tinfoil, which typically I do not do whatsoever. But getting a great flavor here. The mint and the rose marry together absolutely. Not one is powering over the other. Typically with the FML, it is very overpowering, so you do not want very much, but I do love mint. It's always refreshing. Even when I'm not smoking, I feel the freshness down my throat here. As far as the jasmine and lavender, I'm a little bit disappointed. I do love my florals, but mostly rose. I do not feel any lavender or jasmine in this. If it is, my taste buds cannot taste it. I do drink a lot of jasmine tea. I use lavender about every other day here on my kids. They love lavender, helps them go to sleep. But certainly no traces of any jasmine. Well, no, maybe a very slight trace of jasmine. However, as far as the lavender, there's no lavender. Previously, I was in massage therapy school for aromatherapy. Lavender itself is a very bitter flower, so I'm kind of glad you can't taste it. I don't think it would very much add to the flavor whatsoever. Jasmine, on the other hand, it's very soothing, relaxing. I'd love to be able to taste more jasmine in this. And right now I'm using two cube titaniums. I've played around and used cubettes, and for the longest session here I used 2 cubes. Every once in a while I'll throw in a cubette. Just barely fits in my Lotus heat management system. 1.5. I haven't tried the new Lotus system. It looks beautiful, but there's a lot of different reviews going on about the heat management systems, so I'm waiting to hear to see what's the next best thing. And if you guys do not know, there is a wonderful Facebook group online called the Hookah Lounge. It's a great community, a lot of support, a lot of friends there, a lot of people great to get to know for sure. Also, there's a great YouTube channel. It's the AM Hookah podcast. Their season is starting here up very soon. I believe next Monday, I'd like to hope. So if you haven't heard of them, definitely check it out. They also have their own independent reviews, but the podcast is absolutely wonderful to listen to for all of the news. Such a smooth and relaxing flavor. This is a flavor I'd like to smoke every day at work. However, you can't really smoke in an office setting. But it's extremely relaxing. It has a good buzz. All of the flavor is there. And I really feel like rose is great to add with mint. Azure does winter rose. I have not tried as of yet, but whenever I think of rose, it's sweet, it's savory. When you add the mint in it, it it really enhances the soothness of it. When I was smoking the Trifecta alone, it was a bit harsh for, well, not necessarily harsh, but too strong. I did get that bitter sensation. I don't believe it was the lavender. Just the pure taste of rose in itself was pretty bitter. So by adding a little bit of mint in there, you're going to get your best flavor. As far as other flavors, I really don't care to mix anything else. I did mess around with a little bit of an orange. I really feel like mint's the way to go. And with it being winter, mint's perfect to smoke at this given time. Today here in Iowa, it was 50 degrees. My neighbors were smoking outside. I wish I could have done the same, but it's far too dark outside now and no one would be able to see me. But perfect to smoke outside. I do have ice in my base. I feel like ice really helps the smoke as well. Uh, People say there's a science to it. I'm not quite sure. All the same, I do like ice in it. I also sometimes use a art hose. It has a cool-in tip. That is absolutely wonderful to chill your smoke as well. I believe with the science of the ice, it condenses the smoke. I'm not quite sure if that's true. So if anyone can get scientific with this, please do comment. I'd love to hear. It is an absolutely great aroma as well. My girlfriend does not smoke whatsoever, however, she does love the smell of this. It does make the room smell very good. The shisha itself smells amazing. Oh, it's like a fresh spring day almost. And this cut is absolutely great. It tends to want to do a denser pack. I did play around with a dense pack, however, you're wasting shisha when you do that. You definitely want a fluff pack. That way all of the heat gets to all of the shisha and it smokes evenly. If you pack it correctly, you could last about an hour, hour and a half, depending on how many coals. The longest I like to smoke is about an hour and a half. It gives me time to smoke with my roommate, watch some anime, just kind of chill back and relax. But 2019 will be a very exciting year for the hookah industry. There's a lot of new hookahs coming out. Azure is coming out with great tobaccos as well, so definitely check out my Azure hookah review. I'll make sure to have a link here in my video. Otherwise, I really encourage you to check out the Hookah Lounge. They're a great community. Typically they do their shows on Thursdays at 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. However, they did get a very big endorsement, or a sponsor I should say. So they're going to be doing 3 shows a week. It's very exciting, and if you get involved in the community, there's a lot of giveaways. I'll be doing some reviews on some shisha that will not be released. I'm very excited to get that package. One of the packages I'm getting is a let's see, it was a chocolate chip cookie dough, I believe, from Trifecta. So I should be getting that here in the next few weeks. Super excited about that. Also, I did complete my first homemade hookah. My previous video kind of showed it off. It's okay hookah. I got a lot of kinks to work out right now. I'm working on a custom Titans hookah for Matt, one of the members of the AM Hookah podcast here. And definitely looking forward to putting my best craft and perfecting it here while I work on that hookah. All of the hookahs that I do will mainly be copper and a little bit of brass. Definitely like the aesthetics of it here, and there's going to be a lot of glass detailing. I also want to get into hose making here. Doesn't seem too hard here. Haven't played around with it yet, but 2019 will be a big year for myself. I hope you guys enjoy my videos. If you do have any comments about the videos, what you would like to see, please comment and let me know. One of the things I do want to do that I'm hoping to do later this year, once I build up my shisha collection, is top threes of certain flavors. Rose very well may be one of my first, because I do love rose so much. Otherwise, if you want to see a different flavor for a top 10 or a top 3, whatever it may be, please let me know. I'll buy in bulk, try all of the brands I could get my hands on, and let you know my personal top 3. Or top 10 maybe, who knows. Otherwise, every reviewer has different tastes. That's a very important thing to know. So, by no means, don't only trust my videos. It's great to get a overall perspective of many people's taste buds and perspectives on shisha. So I definitely want to encourage you to watch more videos from other community members and support the community. The cloud output is absolutely great, no harshness whatsoever. And again, I really contribute the ice and the mint to that here. So if you're smoking this, add a little bit of mint, it'll be worth it. Otherwise, we'll make this video short, as I like to keep them somewhat short here. I'll be adding in how I packed it, which I have not done before. I believe it's great to know how you pack the shisha, because it makes or breaks the session. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Please subscribe, and we will see you all later. Happy smoking. Do something different and show you guys how I pack the bowl. So we are going to do about a 25% pure FML mint and about a 75% of the Trifecta. The Trifecta is a little bit too rosy for myself. I've been smoking it straight here and found it much better with a little bit of mint in it here. So we'll do a little bit more than 25% here. And we definitely wanted a fluff pack here. The Trifecta is finely ground. The leaves are super small, so you definitely want to use a toothpick to help fluff it up. So right now we're just going to get the amount of shisha we need in it, and then we are going to mix it in a bowl here. Alright, so we got it in our bowl here. And I'll use my tinfoil poker to help mix it in and get the flavors nice and even. And we got it nice and fluffed up here and broken apart. Alright, and then we will repack the bowl. Just loosely put it in there. We need a little bit more here, so we'll put a little bit more mint. Just carefully placed it in there. Super fluffy, not very dense at all. And I did see a few stems in the Trifecta, which really you don't notice. It doesn't take the flavor down, in my opinion, whatsoever. I really would like to see more of a jasmine here in this, but yeah, this is pretty much a rose hookah in my opinion, or a rose shisha. Anyway, we'll get the cubes going here, and we'll get some tinfoil on this as well. Alright, I got my coals going, and get the tin foil on. Want to always make sure it's nice and tight. And since I'm going to be using the Lotus Heat Management System on here, the holes aren't overly important in my opinion. I use tin foil mainly to avoid cleaning my Lotus. I do not like getting tobacco on the bottom of it whatsoever. Plus I find that it helps with the harshness. If I use too much heat, the tin foil kind of gives me a little bit extra protection to avoid burning anything. Alright, and that looks good to me here. And then we'll wait for our coals. In the meantime, I will be getting some ice in my hookah and getting my hose ready as well.